Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn about phrases and clauses. We have already learned about phrases. Now we will. Phrases and clauses are the most important elements of English grammar. Phrases and clauses cover everything a sentence has. There is no part of a sentence that is out of a definition from phrases or clauses. Clauses are the center of the sentences, and phrases they strengthen the sentences to become more meaningful. Means they add to the meaning. If the clauses are the pillars of a building, you can say that the phrase are the bricks. A a phrase usually is always present within a clause. Means when you see a clause, you will find phrase inside it, hidden inside. But a phrase cannot have a clause in it. Why is that? Because we know that phrases don't have verbs, but clauses have. A phrase is any collection of words that behaves like a part of speech. Like we have studied the noun phrases and adjective phrases, two kinds of phrases we know about already. And a clause is any noun phrase plus a verb because a clause has a subject too. So they can be a sentence independently, but they don't always have to be. So let's quickly revise what a phrase is. A phrase is a group of words without a subject verb component used as a single part of speech. For example, best friend. Ravi is my best friend. Now, clause. What exactly are we going to study in this chapter is, we already know phrases, so we are going to focus on clauses more. So a clause is a group of words containing a subject and a verb. An independent clause is a simple sentence. So whenever you see a sentence that is a simple sentence, means that it contains just one subject and one verb, and it stands on its own, can be considered a simple sentence, and it will be considered as an independent clause. So she is hungry, you see, one subject and one verb. She is hungry. Then I'm feeling well today. So I is the subject and am feeling is the verb. So one subject and one verb, and they stand on their own. So these are independent clauses, or we call them simple sentences too. A dependent clause cannot stand on its own. It needs an independent clause to complete a sentence. Now sometimes we'll find that there are sentences where one part of the sentence can exist without the other one. So the other part, which for is to completely make sense, depends on the other part, is known as the dependent clause. So dependent clause often begin with such word as although, since, if, when, and because. For example, although she is hungry, whoever is hungry. Now let's solve these exercises from the book. As you see in this exercise, we have to understand and identify which of the underlined group of words are phrases or which one are clauses. So how we differentiate? When we see that the underlined group of words has an independent verb hidden inside, then we understand that it is a clause, because phrases never have a verb, okay, a finite verb to be precise. So in most bookstores, of course, there is no verb in it, so it is a phrase. For her performance, same. The sky is very clear. Now you see here is a verb, so it is definitely a clause. Now again here he has no work. Again has a verb, so definitely it is a clause. So you solve the rest of the exercise. Just pause the video, solve it, and you can check your answers here. Okay, now let's move to this exercise. We have to find out how many clauses are there in this sentence and underline them separately. So what we search for separate verbs. If there are two verbs, there will be two clauses. Like for the first line, joined and was. So there are two clauses here. Okay. Now bakery smelled of fresh cakes and biscuits. Only one verb here, smelled. That's why this is a one clause sentence. Okay. My father looked tired, yet he cooked dinner. Cooked and looked. Two verbs. So two clauses. Join the dots to draw a dinosaur. Okay. Now this sentence is an imperative sentence which or for which the subject is hidden. The subject is you. So join is the verb here, and there is just one verb here. So this is one single clause sentence. Okay. Like this you solve, and you can pause the video and check the answers afterwards. This is all we have because this chapter is just your first introduction to clauses. I hope you all understood it. Write the notes and solve the worksheets too. Thank you.